last class... Wait, the last class trial? He said that, right? He said the last class trial.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard it too. He really did say the last class trial. 16 chapters, you imagine? Who last died? In chapter 4, if that's what you're talking about, Neko died to Gundam. But in this trial, Nacho's dead. 16 chapters, let's go! I mean, this game would last, everybody would be dead, I would think, by the 16th chapter. There would be no lives. Maybe if you put both games together, or all 3 games together, you get what? You get 18? It's not far off if you put all 3 games together. I heard that too. He really did say it was the last class trial. What do you think? Should we believe him? Monokuma seemed anxious about the Monokuma timer earlier, right? 2 more days. He said something about the killing school trip ending, right? So maybe when the the killing school trip, or when the school trip ends, the killing game also ends. Okay, Nacho just was something. Yeah, that's who we're trying to solve right now. We're trying to figure out who killed Nacho right now. Based on the time limit, this might definitely be the last one. But I can't imagine that it's really the real end, huh? I think Monokuma's real plan might be just beyond that. His real plan? Is Monokuma still planning to make us do something? What could it be? Maybe after putting us through all this, he's planning to kill the remaining survivors all at once?
Well?
But still, it's absolutely not a good idea to think about it too much, I think. I think we should focus on the class trial that's waiting for us first. You're right. Nacho's still big sad. Yeah, it's sad. Well, just the way he was killed, it was super cruel. You hate Jimmy? Is the word you hate Jimmy? Poor Jimmy's trying his best. He's just an ordinary kid. He doesn't have an ultimate. We're pretty screwed. I have collected all my thoughts because... Oh wait, I haven't collected all my thoughts because we were so focused on this file. I still can't see who killed Nacho.
But still...
Well, you don't have to worry so much. Huh?
Right?
I mean, we're not fighting this alone, you know. You're right. You're absolutely right. We're not alone. Even if it's a mystery that can't be solved alone, as long as everyone cooperates and works together... Yeah, if we do that, things will turn out fine. Did they lie about how many chapters there are? No, I don't think so. I don't think the game would do that. Interesting. Interesting. Unless we count inserts or the protagonists from sort of game. I haven't liked any of the protagonists because they're always like they seem so needy of the other characters. Like Hajime depended on Nacho and Chia. Eggy depended on Byaku and Coco. Like, they're so dependent on people. And I'm like, you got this, believe in yourself. And they're like, all right, Coco, I need answers. So, that's the only thing I don't like.
Damn right.
Looks like everyone's here. Huh? Huh? Is this it? Shouldn't there be more people? It's, their numbers have dwindled down a lot.
Damn it.
Stop it, you're making me depressed.
Stupid fool!
You're making me depressed. So, it's gonna happen again? The cruel conflict where we must doubt our friends? But once we're through with this, we can go back, right?
That's right.
That Monokuma Professor said so, didn't he? He said this was a last class trial. But we've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way I can believe that so easily.
Of course not.
Why can't you believe it? The guy who's making us do all this is the one saying it, you know?
You know, right?
That's why I'll definitely survive. If we can really go home after we deal with this class trial, I'll definitely find out who the killer is no matter what, even if I have to pull out all the stops. Oh, if you count the 999 characters, I understand. That's a lot. That's a lot of characters. That's the only thing I don't like. Dang right. I love Boss Baby. Boss Baby, I like how Boss Baby has changed throughout the game. I like how his character has changed. I like Boss Baby's development. He's become one of my favorites. Gundam's still my favorite, but he's one of my... Boss Baby's one of my favorites. He's so angry. What the fuck? Why are you here? You haven't realized it yet? That feeling of wanting to leave this island, thinking like that is Monokuma's trap, you know?
Huh?
Huh? What are you saying?
Got it?
There's no way Monokuma will end things here. Oh, so she's saying it's a trick. Blonde boy with eye patch. Yes. Yes. Hate to stomp on Soda's parade, but only 2 can leave? I don't think that's how, well, in the first game, 6 left. In the first game. So, I mean, that's not necessarily true, Navy. In the first game, 6 left. Bunny with a bow. Is that what you're just stating the obvious, Belle? He's planning something far worse. Look, stop trying to jinx us.
I'll pick you up.
Damn right, stupid rabbit should just shut up. Oh, she's actually not letting them push her around. Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair. Huh? I finally realized after losing my powers, I've realized that cursing your powerlessness or your fate accomplishes nothing. The possibility may be small, but as long as there's a possibility, you must face it. In order to become someone who can be proud of yourselves, so I will fight.
Huh?
So she didn't let them push her around again. Angry. Interesting. She's not letting them push her around anymore. What's her deal? I do not really know, but she seems different from before. She's not letting anybody push her around anymore because she knows how dire situations are now. Maybe she read a self-help book.
Wait.
But her eyes, she looks so determined.
You...
Shh, what can you tell just by looking at those button eyes? There's only one death in these games I get remotely sad for, and that's the last one in the series. So in V3, is that what you're talking about? Anyways, make sure you turn off Neko. It'd be annoying if you started talking during the trial. Oh, fine.
But still.
Somehow I understand that what Sailor Moon is saying, I think. Anyways, let's get going to the last class trial. You're right, we need to fight as much as we can. No matter what hopeless truth awaits us in the end. He always has to go over the top with his entrances. This is the end? I kept saying those words to myself over and over within my mind. I entered Monokuma Rock. Durgan, I would like a Monokuma elevator in our house if we ever get a house.
Yeah.
I just realized you just realized Sailor Moon's wearing a diaper? Okay, they're done. Can you imagine if we had something like that? That'd be intense. This elevator ride, this'll be the last time for this too, right? I hope so. Let's worry about things after we're finished.
Right.
More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us. The killer managed to kill someone like Nacho. There's no way this is gonna go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that. Nacho was problematic in many ways, but he was also a valuable asset during the trials. It's gonna be hard. Yeah, you're right. In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. Yeah, he kind of solved it. If it wasn't for him doing the final game, we would have been in a lot of trouble. But even if he's gone, the ones who survive need to stand and fight. We must fight. And then the door slowly opened. The bright light greeting us. Is that the light of hope? Or the light of despair? What is it? Oh, it's like the factory. Oh, I just realized each killing room or each trial room looks like the area we were in. Like the one looked like the one looked like the fun house, and the one looked like the theme park island. This looks like the industrial island. Each trial room looks like the island where the killing happened. Well then, now that the chatterbox Nacho is gone, there's only 6 of you left.
Shut the hell up!
I know, just fucking start this already. Hey, this is it, right? This is really the last class trial, right?
Yep.
Yep, sure is. So you gotta show me your enthusiasm and make sure you give it your all.
All right!
I didn't tell you. Didn't I tell you? He said it. This is the end, but it might be a trap. Look at Sailor Moon. She's not happy. That was the longest elevator ride. I mean, did you see it's in literally an entire mountain? It would probably take a long time.
Now then.
Come on, let's get this trial started. This is the last class trial. Let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other. No. Let's not kill each other. This is the 5th class trial. According to Monokuma, this is also the last trial. That curtain's about to rise. Damn it. Nacho, the ultimate lucky student. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. But his true nature held such a demented thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. There is no way ever that Sailor Moon's legs can support her up those things are twigs. I mean, same with Monokuma. I mean, they're just cotton, they're just toys. So I mean, it's like if they're extra light, they're extra fluffy. He said he was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair just to prove that hope will never lose the despair. You guys are a bunch of dorks. And he said he'd become a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking was completely screwed up, but there was also times he saved us too. Someone like him was killed? That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it, but there's no way we can end this without knowing. It is interesting too, because like I said from the very beginning, I swore that the main character, Nacho, and Chia would make it to the very end of the game, so it surprises me to see Nacho dead. Would be consumed by despair. Look at how many people are dead. That's why we absolutely have to find out. The person who finished off Nacho. The killer who murdered Nacho. In order to return from this despair alive, we need to reach the truth. If Monokuma says this is really the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. Also, so, this life-threatening trial of Billy Moon's Hope and Despair, the last one, has begun. Yes, please, let me save my data. I love how you always were like, oh, Nacho will be one of the survivors. I'm like, I was like, that's so funny. I just thought so because like Byaku and Coco and him made it to the end, so I thought I just figured. But I mean, 2 out of 3 isn't bad. Ain't bad. Increasing your truth bullet rate of fire, effective during the non-stop debate. Yes, so that I can hopefully not hit. What is this? Time limit doesn't increase. Choose statements. Oh, that's why I can't combine that with the other thing. I don't think I have anything else. I probably should have bought some things from the Monami store, from Sailor Moon store. Now, look, I have 53 skill points. I should have bought some skills. I didn't think about that. I totally forgot I could buy skills. It's so funny. I'm curious. I have really no guess.
Then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
I think I was supposed to holes in the set. No! Navy, no! How are you supposed to scoop up the sour cream and all the toppings if there's a hole in it? But no! How? Too soon. It's too soon.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
Why is Sailor Moon not tied up in this one? I just noticed. Look at poor Goats. Why is Sailor Moon not tied up? And she's standing there very like very serious. You could have bought points. You could have, and it's gone now. Oh, you mean if I could? Oh, you mean for the trial? Yeah, I didn't think about it. I forgot.
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person...
Nacho, yes. The toppings go through the whole like what? Navy, no! I missed Nacho already. I kind of, he was like the annoying sibling that you missed.
I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
We actually don't have a lot of evidence now that I think about it. This might go fast. Oh, Sailor Moon, are you okay? Speak, Mona. We need to know. Don't just express how you're feeling. How does this make you feel, Sailor Moon?
Oh my, Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you?
I'm sure about Danganronpa V2 basically after this. I was gonna watch, I'm gonna play Despair Girls, and then I was gonna watch the anime 3. I don't know if I'll watch the other 2. I think they have an anime for the first 2 games, right? I don't know if I watch those 2, but I'm definitely gonna watch anime 3. Sailor Moon shall be the new. But I watch, actually, that might actually be true. That somebody's gonna have to take Nacho's spot. Yeah, she
You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon because you're a rabbit?
Madam? This might go fast, looks at Pebbles and goes, who said this trial takes 3 hours? Oh, did they prove it?
Yes, no!
Listen, she's just sitting there patiently waiting, being a good little bunny, and you just go, yes, she was being a good bun. This trial is boring. Nacho isn't here because not chaos and brings out the truth. Now they just have anime for that one weird one in the first game. Oh, okay, that makes sense. She's still quiet. Why is she quiet?
One more time!
Why is she saying anything?
Jeez! How about this one? This will be my final blow!
It's all his attacks on her. So he's literally doing every attack on her. Wait, are we about to find out who Sailor Moon is in this trial? Because if she's this quiet, I feel like we're about to find out. She's still not saying
It's
anything.
useless.
Please stop. I feel bad for Monomi.
I mean, I feel bad for her too. Did you see her face? 3 hours of this trial and 45 minutes. 45. Wow, chapter 6 is that short? Holy crap. I mean, it's kind of like the wrap up, I'm guessing. Danganronpa 3 anime has this arc, which says, before Danganronpa. Oh, no. Oh, I know. I know that there's like the prequel and the sequel. I already knew that, Pebbles, but it's like, I know one's a prequel and one's a sequel. But yeah, I already know, but I'm gonna watch both of them after the second, after I play Despair Girls. Sonia is like the only person who is caring for, well, I think everybody truthfully cares, but at the same time, they just can't trust her. Like, how could you trust something like that?
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all.
Though actually, now that I think about it, I didn't know that one of the series takes place before the second game. I knew that one was a prequel and one was a sequel. I didn't know that one took place before the second one. I thought maybe one took place before the first game and one took place after. I think I was before Aura because it's shotgun with the... I just like how over the top the attacks
victim
are.
this time is Nagito, who is attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
Who in the world killed
If
him?
he was
I'm so
killed
curious.
for trying to reveal the traitor,
Then it's probably the traitor.
that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
We don't know who the traitor is.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
I don't think Soda's smart enough to be the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid! There's no way in hell I'm the traitor!
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nacho is here, right? Are they the same person? Or... That's true, the traitor might not be the killer. The traitor could be somebody totally different. Torture wound, survival knife, duct tape, Monokuma Punch, and Monokuma panels. Who am I going after?
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Well, I agree with that.
That's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was
No?
Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Well, I'd say Sailor Moon needs to say something. Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? Or did the wounds on Nagito's body really caused by torture in the first place? Hold on, let me try this. I think I have an idea.
I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
I don't think it's that. I kind of agree with torturing him.
That's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
I don't agree with this. I don't agree with that.
If so, the suspect
Is whoever found the bomb first.
This? No. Damn. My goodness, Hajime is so dumb. Did they really torture him? Or no, they cut up and... Yeah, exactly. No, it was just little paper cuts. Can you read them? Go by going... Oh, that's right, can't I? I forgot I can go to the truth bullets while this is going on. I forgot I could. Where is the... I forgot I could access this. I forgot I could access it while we're in the middle of the thing. Monokuma's account. Monokuma knew all along that the bombs were fake. However, he apparently never revealed... Oh, that's right. It was about the bombs. I thought it was about that there was 16... That he made the profiles. I thought it was about that whole thing. You could... that's a bit sussy. A bit sassy. Sussy or sassy? Or both. Maybe it's a mix of both. She's sassy and while being sus. But you go in the menu and read it. Yeah, I forgot that you could read it. Okay, so it is his statement. Hold on.
Damn it! The killer didn't tape Nagito's
bombs
mouth
were
to shut
fake.
him up.
I feel like it's his statement.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
I feel like it has to
The
do with
reason
Monokuma's
Nagito's
statement.
body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing
Maybe I
him?
agree with her?
Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
No. So it's not his statement.
Damn it!
Wait,
The killer
hold on.
didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
I'm trying to remember this whole thing.
It's because the killer tortured
Can I
Nagito.
take this?
So that's why he was so beat up.
Maybe?
What were they trying to find out by torturing
Maybe
him?
it's Nagaku's account.
Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
No, I don't think it's a bomb hiding place. I think they're trying to figure out what he knew about the traitor. If you want to torture someone, would you want to hear their screams, maybe?
I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
That's true, because if you're torturing somebody, you usually want information out of them. Well, because they weren't torturing, they wanted to interrogate. And to interrogate, you would think that they would not put the duct tape on their mouth, because they would want to be able to hear what he's saying. So I feel like that might be the
Nagito's
case.
body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
No, that's
What?
wrong.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything.
Well, torturing and interrogating are different, though. He should have said they wanted to interrogate. Well, I get that, but they should have said the person that wanted to torture Nacho. Like, torturing Nacho, if you want to torture Nacho, then yeah, you want to duct tape them so that nobody hears their screams. But if you want to interrogate somebody, you don't want to duct tape their mouth, because if you're interrogating somebody, you want to be able to hear what they're saying, because what's the point of interrogating if you can't hear them? So I feel like the wording was weird. Yeah, they didn't make it that obvious. Yeah, it seems weird. That wording was weird. They should have said they wanted to interrogate, not torture. Sounds mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to
If he was
confess
being
anything.
tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared.
Already, Soda? Really? We're gonna start this already? Like this?
I just realized it. It's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
What trap? Torturing is just interrogating with harm, but yeah, yeah, it was kind of a weird wording. Stupid? You kind of... Why are you being so aggressive, Soda? Trap. That's why I'm like, trap? What trap?
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you obviously assumed he couldn't talk. But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
Soda seems unusually confident. I should ask him why that
Like you
is.
said, if Nagito's mouth was taped, you obviously assumed he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated. I can't back down.
It's a trap! What is it then? What's
But
your...
if he taped his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is first. The killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
Oh, there's nothing... I don't think so.
Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut.
No, we don't. That's not true, because the blood was... Oh, the blood was on their...
That was close, you guys. Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap.
No, because the blood was after... The blood was on top of the duct tape, not underneath it. So it's the duct tape.
Pay
I
attention.
know. Give me
This is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
duct tape. It's the duct tape.
Then, after they killed him,
Because the blood was on top, not
they
underneath.
duct taped his mouth shut.
No? Oh,
Crap!
you're an idiot.
Pay attention. This is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
The
Then,
spear?
after they killed him,
Oh, the torture wounds, I
they
think.
duct taped his mouth shut.
No, where's it? Oh, God, please.
That was close, you guys.
Oh, fuck.
Thanks
missed
to
it.
me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap.
It has to do with the duct tape. Because there was blood on top of the duct tape, not underneath it, which means that the duct tape was placed there before, not after the torture.
Pay attention. This is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
Use duct tape after
Then,
they kill
after
him?
they killed him,
Maybe.
they duct taped his mouth shut.
No, not right. I might try the duct tape on that one.
Pay attention.
see.
This is how it went down. First, the
Duct tape?
killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
That's might be right.
Then, after they killed him,
Allow me
Oh.
to cut through those words.
Maybe use duct tape. I think. Yeah, that works better.
No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, it just doesn't, that was weird. So that after they killed him, oh, because I'm saying, like, I'm disagreeing with the whole after they killed him statement. That makes sense. Because we know that the duct tape was on there before because there was blood on top, not underneath.
What did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Oh, I like that. The wording is gonna, I feel like this trial is gonna be really hard because of the wording.
Why do you always side with Hajime? You have a crush on him or something?
Oh, Hajime just big brain. Are you in elementary school or something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds.
I don't remember this trial that well. I only remember a few. I just hope it's not as confusing as a stupid octagon.
Which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth.
Which, like, he was screaming into the duct tape.
He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so we wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
So they didn't want information, they just wanted to cause pain. Whereas the that was so touchy. I don't know why it was.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
Exactly.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
If so, friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
It looks like they snapped.
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
Exactly.
Can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred,
No.
everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Because if I remember correctly, Kane said she couldn't open the door because it was blocked, right? So it was technically a closed room situation. Because how did the person place all those Monokuma panels and then also leave the room and like jam the door? That seems weird. That would work.
And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Part of me wonders if somebody found the bomb and then was trying out their e-handbook and were able to turn off the bomb with their handbook. And then they were like, shit, it's me. And then they because remember how Soda made the comment that like there wasn't enough gas to keep the engine running till noon? And I wonder if they siphoned some of the gas out to make the bomb go off, or the fireworks go off sooner. And then they went and confronted Nacho about it.
Which means it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
You sure about that? You really sure? You really sure about that, Sonia? Possible to think that nobody here set the
Killer
fire.
isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Like right when the bomb went off.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect.
Well, now she does. I wish we was using our big brain earlier.
Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is!
Oh, get back into where you belong. Yeah, they seem their relationship. Actually, their relationship seems a lot closer than it was like at the beginning of this chapter. Why are they so buddy all of a sudden? Like, cause she used to kind of ignore him. The reason for the fire, huh? They're right. We need to clear that up first. Well, the panels, right? And then the lighter. Oh, Monokuma plushies, Monokuma panels I think are gonna be important.
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
Yeah, that's
The killer
fine.
used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Look at the dot down here.
Setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
No.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter,
It can stand upright while the flame is lit.
I missed everything.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way,
Oh,
it could have ignited the curtain.
I missed all the
Some way?
silence chat.
Maybe they used invisible thread.
No, that's not right.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Sound waves?
Or
No, not
perhaps
sound.
opening the door caused.
There we go.
I agree with
Sound
that.
waves. Soda. Soda, I thought you had a big brain moment for a second, and then nope, it's just
I
gone.
also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Oh my god, I thought Soda finally put something together, and he was like, "What sound waves?" Like, that's what he did in Norm. She just never played along with his sort. So she pretty much friend zoned him from the very beginning because she knew what was going on. Because I think she liked Gundam. Oh yeah, she definitely had the hots for Gundam. Bubble said it best. Sound waves.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels.
I mean, Sonia and Soda are perfect for each other with how they talk sometimes. They never use big brain. They never have a big brain moment. No, my farts opened the door, Cole. Exactly. Darn, damn it. I was thinking about sound waves.
A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
Well, yeah. Kind of a
The
big
killer
clue.
probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
By the way, Stuffy Baka is. I know. Oh, I know. Because remember, Tyler used to call me Baka all the time, remember?
A domino effect.
Why do you
Those
gotta bring up
tiles
memories
kids
like
play
this?
with by lining them up
Oh.
and tipping them over?
It reminds me of when I got bullied back in the day when I started streaming. How could you bring up this? Memories.
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels.
Well, excuse me, princess.
So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second. And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
I know you guys don't bully me. You guys just tease me. I tease you guys right back, so it's fair.
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to notice all the panels in a
So
line
the
like
reason
that.
the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
Oh, you mean when they actually fell down, like when we first opened the door? Okay, that would make sense.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
Didn't he have just some just kind of splattered around? He did one other thing to hide a domino effect. Oh, no. No? Lighter. The music? Maybe the music to cover up the sound of the panels falling down? I think that maybe that's music. Oh wait, no. Ah.
I see!
I was like, the music.
You're talking about the MP3 player, right?
Yeah, because we heard, what do you hear? The
That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
the inside of the warehouse. Wait, the inside of the warehouse felt even darker because of the because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. But then the darkness, a loud song blared throughout the warehouse at full volume. Hey, do you guys hear something? Yeah, it's really damn loud. Does not you like listening to this depressing crap? No, I'm not talking about the music. As if on cue it suddenly started. Oh, so somebody heard the fire and the domino.
So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
It's fine, I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Clatter. Huh? It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. I knew it. It's a trap. Seriously, stop it, okay? Didn't I tell you it'd be fine? Just gotta use a little more force. What happened to opening it slowly? Akane ignored their protest and with a mighty kick, the door flew open.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
Bing!
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, And that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
With the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Exactly.
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
So it makes it a closed room dilemma. Like, how do you close a room like that and get out? If that door was the only entrance to the warehouse, I see that the problem she is talking about is we couldn't see inside, we couldn't take any merch. They could have hidden inside. The killer couldn't have left. That way.
If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Well, we would have noticed that though, right? We would have noticed that somebody was missing.
True. We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Exactly.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
Nacho. Did Nacho take himself out?
You don't mean...
But if that's true, this murder...
Hajime? What do you mean?
The person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse, there's only one person who could have done that. Where is it? Where are you? That's not you.
This is my answer. What if it was Nagito?
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
Yeah, but he could have still set up an elaborate
He
puzzle.
wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid.
I don't think it was a suicide though. That's the only thing because of the whole duct tape thing and like the stabbing. Like it'd be very hard to stab yourself that many times. I mean, he might have been determined. Very determined.
His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were
That takes
self-inflicted?
That takes a lot to stab yourself that many times though.
Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
They create ultimate despair so we become the ultimate hope.
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember? Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
But one rope was burned. So technically that one arm wasn't technically tied. What if Sailor Moon helped? That might be a possibility, but I don't think so. Because she doesn't want any of her students to get hurt, remember? She wants all of her students to be safe, so I highly doubt she'd help them kill themselves.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Sailor Moon and Monokuma can interfere with the students directly at least. Because, of course, Monokuma wants chaos, so he won't do it. And then, remember, Sailor Moon said she doesn't want to hurt anybody to hurt themselves. So, that's stated in the rulebook, I think. Yeah, teachers can't interfere. Yes. Like you said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something. The bird rope. Is that what we're talking about? Bird rope, yep. Let me just...
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
What?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Kane, no! You're something that Nacho has say that it's correct. Nacho should have tied himself up too. That's okay, right?
To actually tie up your own arms and...
Yeah,
no,
there we
that's
go.
wrong.
Really, Akane? I was like, really? Akane, no!
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
It's like you're worse than Muffin Man.
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
But the only thing I have a problem with is how would he stab himself in the hand with that free hand. Like, he could technically tie himself up, but who stabbed him in the hand?
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
Oh, unless he was holding the knife with his other hand and then he just brought his hand over and went like this and then brought his hand back. And that's why there's no blood on the back of his hand and not on the palm, because he was holding the knife to stab himself. Easy peasy dudes. Easy peasy dudes. The family friendly stream of Kanye. Oh, so family friendly, Pebbles. So family. Okay. You don't worry about it, Pell. Don't worry about
by
it.
the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's okay. You'll be fine. Shh, it's okay.
It's burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
Why was his clothes not burned? To prove that burned rope on Nacho's right arm is a trap, the duct tape the lighter his right sleeve.
I see.
Take a close look at his right sleeve.
Still not family friendly. He literally has a spear through his abdomen, Pebbles. You're like, it's family friendly. As long as the blood's not red, it's family friendly.
Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree?
It's fine. It's just paint.
A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural.
He's just acting dead. He's just playing dead. It's all for
That
show.
rope was burned in advance, so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
No, thank you. You can stay all the way over there in Danganronpa family. Oh yes, playing dead with that much, exactly with that much pain on your face.
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
You a hoe. You a princess a hoe. You're the princess of what again? Yes.
That's definitely wrong.
That's definitely right, my children. Look what you started. Oh my god, I almost spit out my water.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?